This podcast is rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Some material may not be suitable for children. Mission to succeed.
Trivia time, guys. What do you say?
That sounds good. That monster is called a Dianaga, by the way.
Dianaga.
The
trash
thing about
monster?
Star Wars, oh my God.
Did you listen to Luke's song about the Dianaga?
There's a Luke song about the Dianaga?
They filmed that scene for days, and they were bored because there was a lot of set setup and stuff. So Mark Hamill was singing, he's like, "Don't step on the Dianaga, poo," and it really pissed George Lucas off.
Oh, no, it did?
Yeah. George Lucas
Why?
was pissed off the entire shoot of this movie.
He's just mad the entire time because he's not doing what his grand idea is.
He didn't direct the actors at all. Carrie Fisher hated George Lucas. Like, she didn't say that, but it's obvious that she didn't like him.
Wow. Biting the hand that feeds you. What the fuck?
Well, they
he
didn't
didn't direct
I don't think
anybody.
I don't
So
think
what?
they thought this was going to be successful
paid,
either,
right?
right? I mean, like, Harrison Ford's kind of grouchy and like he didn't think Blade Runner was going to be good.
Yeah.
No,
he just wants to sit there with his fucked up lip.
He doesn't like acting, dude. Harrison Ford does not like acting. It's weird. Does he have a fucked up lip? So, TC, you noticed it. We talked about this during the Blade Runner thing. I thought that the scar on his upper lip was...
I thought he had a bottom lip. It's below his
bottom lip?
Yeah, it's below. It's on his
whatever
chin.
it is. I thought it was like a thing for Blade Runner because he usually has like
we
stubble
talked
and
about.
stuff.
We had this conversation.
We did. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But maybe that's what TC's talking about. Maybe was it
maybe
pre?
that's what-
Was it pre him getting that thing on his face?
I don't know.
No, he had it. He had
had
that
it?
scar there in Star Wars. He has
Oh, he
that
did?
scar
Okay.
on his chin.
That's from where they put the Botox in.
I mean, he probably had plastic surgery. Maybe.
It looked like he did, man. Looks
Maybe.
like he did for sure.
Like post Star Wars or post.
Oh yeah,
Indiana
maybe
Jones, I think.
because I didn't recognize him. I was like, wow, he looks strange right now. I think he must have had some corrective surgery because his face looked symmetrical in all the movies I saw later. This one, he looked all fucked up.
Really?
Fucked up. Yeah.
That's
It could just
surprising
be
to
the
me.
way his face aged too. Maybe it just aged.
He
like a
really
fine
settled
wine.
into his own face.
He
Yeah.
really settled into his own block there.
Have you seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I don't know. I don't think so.
First Indiana Jones movie.
I think I probably have just in passing, but not like to sit down and watch.
All right, let's see. Because I
Yeah.
think that came out right after this, John. I think it was like immediately after this.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it
Because I
wasn't-
know I was going to like Universal Studios then, and they had rides at that point. So I remember a lot of that, but I don't remember like watching it, sitting down
81.
and watching
So
it.
that's 4 years later. That's enough for your face to settle into itself, I think.
Hey, yeah, especially if you got the bloat from the booze,
Yeah. The booze bloat.
The booze bloat. I love that one.
Oh, so here's another flaw. Sorry about this.
You're not sorry.
Luke says, "Ben, boy, am I glad to see you." But Luke thought he was a myth before this, right? Like the whole thing about
No,
how
I thought he knew Ben. He didn't know
his
Ben
parents
was
were like,
Obi-Wan
"Ben
Kenobi.
died before you were born," and Luke was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. That sounds about right."
No, really?
His uncle said that. Yeah, he's like, "Who's Obi-Wan Kenobi?" And he's like, "Oh, he died before you were born."
Oh, yeah, he died. Yeah, and he knew your
Oh,
father.
wait.
Don't talk
but
about
that's
it.
still not old Ben. So he was just saying that old
That
Ben.
is old Ben.
That is old Ben.
Yes, but wait. But he's.
But wait,
like,
shut up
Just
for a sec.
Just
Be quiet for a minute.
I see what you're doing, Denny. I love it.
asshole.
I'm sorry, dude. It's even more entertaining to be able to watch
I know
this.
it is, and I'm so happy that I can make you happy.
Thank you, John. Thank you for sacrificing your own sanity to make me laugh. I need it.
I'm willing to do that.
Just a second.
So,
But continue. Go ahead, John. John, anytime.
For people who are listening,
can't do it.
we do a video chat so that we can see each other, and this is
new.
comedy.
Oh,
This
okay.
is comedy.
This is new.
This
Mess
is
with John.
comedy.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just like they're saying Obi-Wan is dead. Old Ben is still old Ben, and everybody knows old Ben. But that they're saying Obi-Wan is a general that's dead. They're just
But
trying
that's not
to
how
keep
it comes
Luke.
across, though, right? To
That-
Luke,
that's
he
what I
thought it
thought.
was really.
Yeah, he doesn't think
That's-
old Ben's dead. He knows old Ben. Old Ben's just this crazy hermit that they know.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Right?
got
He
you.
doesn't know old Ben is Obi-Wan, so they're just saying Obi-Wan's dead.
So you're
Like
saying I should
Obi-Wan's
let
a
you talk to
character and
explain
Obi-Wan's
things to me
dead.
when you have a good idea.
You
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
should, because sometimes I say things that.
So I see what he's saying. I see. What
I do.
You're
I
saying.
think you're. I
So
think
the
that
uncle was
sounds
just
right.
trying to just throw him off the trail. so
yeah,
that he
because
would
all
pay
the
attention,
uncle wants to keep him away from all this stuff, is he doesn't want to get him killed.
And then what's with the grandmother there, or whatever she is to him? Like she's
His
just
aunt.
looking. She just keeps looking at him. They just cut away to her, and she's looking at the
Emperor.
uncle,
Yeah.
looking looking.
Dude, some of the edits
it's like,
in this
what the
movie are
fuck?
so bizarre. One of the weirdest edit for the specialized
She didn't
versions
say
is
it.
that in the version that you guys watch, she says, so she's yelling to Luke from the little hole they live in or whatever
Right.
about the droids, and she says, "Tell Uncle to do this." And in the specialized versions, they added, "Tell your uncle."
Tell your.
Yeah, why would you change that? Who's controlling these movies? Like, it's so weird. There's so many small things. I'm going to go through them, but like, there's so many small changes. There's a video too that you guys should watch after this. It's all the changes, and
It's like a
watching
change
both
list.
versions, it's a change list, and they're all bad. Every single one is worse, and he thinks it's better. And it's the most confusing thing ever.
Are they like
because-
clarifying changes to him, but like for us, they're
Well, to him,
confusing
it's
or what?
clarifying. Like, that's weird. We ought to know it's Luke's uncle. It's not just uncle.
he
That's
didn't
strange.
like this movie.
Right.
He didn't
yeah,
like
that's
this
what I
movie
was
when it
thinking.
came out. He thought
So he
there was
like
too many
heard these
flaws.
things back and he was like, it doesn't make sense. I have to add in the
Yeah.
your, and that's what he thought. Yeah.
All he could see is flaws in this movie. That's all he could see. And
Well, I mean,
he
that's
just
how
was
annoying
driven-
that guy must be to fucking be around. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. This is half the reason why I didn't like this movie for a number of years, because all the people that talk would talk like that, and I'd be like, this is the dumbest fucking
Dude,
shit
Carrie
ever.
Fisher was on
And I'm-
both commentary tracks, and her comments were hilarious.
Were they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she talked about how annoying he was for a lot
Yeah,
of
I
things.
bet.
She was like, there was a reporter on set one time, and after the third day, he came up to me and said, "Who's the director?" After 3 days on set, the reporter didn't know who the director was because George
Wow.
didn't talk to anybody
Jesus.
out loud. Like, he didn't direct shit, and he let people just like a lot of the stuff was
So
improv.
who was directing? Somebody
Someone had to be
The
organizing
wheels
things.
were
Somebody-
rolling, dude. I don't understand. It really is
So,
confusing.
so no one was
There's a lot
calling
of-
action. No one was calling cut. Like
Was like
someone,
maybe it was like Kurtz or somebody that was somebody had to be organizing things a little bit.
I know.
You'd think so,
or
right?
they wouldn't get the day done. Yeah, they wouldn't get the day
A
done.
lot of the people talking about the special effects and stuff, he'd say that things were falling apart before they started shooting. They'd shoot it, it would stick together, and as soon as they rolled, someone yelled cut, the whole set would fall apart. Like, things were just like taped together, and
Oh,
everything
shit.
outside of the shot looked like shit. But they got the
Right.
camera in a spot in every shot to make it look good, and everything
Right.
around it looked like garbage.
Garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's most.
Yeah.
It's a good way to shoot a movie, I guess. But like,
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, that's most fucking sets.
but he seemed like he was completely overwhelmed, and he was focusing on odd things. But like, it also like, you can't criticize it because the movie turned out the way it did.
Although now
Right.
I suppose there is like safety regulations that people follow. So like stuff has to be built enough where like nobody can get hurt. I bet back
Right.
then it wasn't the
Well,
case.
there's that. You
Yeah.
still wonder again. You still wonder who, if there were people that were helping get these things to happen. If you have somebody like that who's not like taking charge and is not talking to anybody, somebody's got to be talking
Somebody, the assistant
to people.
director has
Somebody.
to be in
Yeah.
existence.
Right, that was Kurtz was the assistant director on the first
Maybe
two
he's asking
films,
the question
I thought.
because
Or
he
was
can't
on the
tell
first one.
between who the real director is and the assistant director is. There seems to be
Right.
multiple people doing things. Who's the director?
Who's Kurtz,
Maybe
John?
it's, you know.
That's his buddy who is initially producing it and claims that they wrote it together and that they were going to just do the single movie and that it didn't become until they started making so much money off the merchandise that George decided it was going to be a series of films.
That's not what George said. George wrote the entire thing and
And
said that the
George
Death Star.
says everything.
George is a nut.
George is
But also,
always
so
right. Yeah.
I thought because it was called Episode 4 that it was he had the prequels written,
Oh,
but no,
right.
he named it Episode 4 because he wanted to. So he wrote it initially for Saturday serials, which is what they had in movie theaters. If you wanted to go see, it was basically a television show you could go see in a theater on a Saturday,
wow.
and they would have new ones every week. So he wrote it as something like that, and he wanted to trick viewers into thinking that there was more they missed, so they'd want to see more. So like the fact that it was Episode 4 was just be like, oh, I haven't seen the first 3. How do I find that? And it like would garner interest.
It was that simple, huh? It
Yeah.
wasn't like this
Maybe,
grand
but that's
plan.
what he
That's what George-
says.
that's
And
what
I
George
don't know
says.
if you want to. I don't know
That's
if
what
there's a
George
reason
says.
to believe what George says.
I don't believe George.
I don't think there is either.
Nope.
I think he's
I
a
don't believe George
weirdo.
either.
I think he's a lunatic.
So John, what was the other opinion on that?
The problem was I wanted to look this up because he did an interview for the LA Times, which I can't get because it's behind a paywall.
Fucking LA Times.
Fucking newspapers needing money.
Yeah,
God
yeah,
damn
I
it.
know,
what the
right?
fuck,
Good
huh?
for them. So
Let's
it's
go
Gary
under
Kurtz,
already.
who was like the original producer for Star Wars.
I wish
And
I was drinking.
He did this
I'm
interview
jealous.
with the LA Times where he spoke out about it, and he basically Let's see.
Didn't get any booze.
Oh, wait. Here it is from Film Thread. I should read this. Let me read through this a little bit. It's going to be distracting, but I've got his interview with Film Thread.
Okay, so you read through that. I'm going to go through my notes here. I meant to do this before. There is a lot of sound trivia. I might have to sparkle them in. Ben Burt was the sound designer on this movie. He was graduating from University of Southern California, USC, when this movie came out. He was 22 years old, and they hired him. And back when this movie came out, the sound designers were hired towards the end of production. They were post-production team, and they would be given the movie in its final cut, and they just add library sounds to the movie. Mm-hmm. That's how it was done. But George Lucas, in one of his best ideas he's ever had, was he hired this guy before anyone else started on the production, and he gave him over a year of free time to just make the sounds. He hired this young dude to make the sounds of this movie. One guy made every single sound in this fucking movie. One
Jesus.
Guy.
And he was young,
Ben
too.
Burt. Yeah. Ben Burt, 22 years old, made every single sound.
What's his career been like after that? Probably amazing.
Great. Yeah. He's like the man.
He's been doing it since he was 22. He fucking better be. Jesus Christ.
Every time he talked about how he made the sound that was in the movie, it was just like, holy shit, you're a genius, dude.
That's why he got hired, though. He must have been a genius at 22.
How did Lucas know? How did he find this guy?
He talked to him and he's like, you're as nuts as I am. Fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah. You know what I did about episode 4? It was just because I thought there were 3 more, but I didn't want everybody to know.
So one of the coolest things that happens, like there's a lot of this type of stuff, but the one that stood out the most was the laser sounds. Every laser sound in this movie came from, he was hiking in the California woods, like probably near LA somewhere. I don't know, like
eating kale with arugula, avocado on toast,
whatever. His backpack got caught on one. It's called a guy cable. He called it a guy cable. I don't know what that means, but it's it was one of the stabilizers for an electrical transmission line tower.
Oh, okay.
One of the sideways lines.
And it was like, wow.
And his backpack got caught on it, and he ripped it off, and it went all the way up.
Wow.
So he's like, whoa, that's cool sounding. So then he went back there with a microphone to try to record it, but they put styrofoam balls on those cords because when it's windy, it makes noise. So they put these styrofoam balls on it to make less noise. So he's like, that's no good. So he went around and searched for high-rise electrical lines, and he found this old abandoned radio tower that the styrofoam balls fell off. And so he was recording, and he was slapping it with different pieces of metal, and he was recording on this one cable that was super long, and every laser noise in this movie is from that. Yeah.
I mean, that's how that's what, very far and few between audio people are that
the force field
what they record.
Was LA traffic recorded in a microphone through a metal pipe. He pointed the microphone down a metal pipe at traffic.
Dude.
That's force fields in this movie.
Some people have that weird knack for auditory, like what you can do with it other than the real noise.
Lightsaber he created because he had a broken microphone cord that was cut in half by accident, and he passed it in front of a television, and it went.
No He's like, way.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then he did the same thing. He cut the cord, brought it into the studio, and just like waved a broken microphone cord in front of a tube television, and that's lightsaber.
And that was lightsaber noise.
Yeah.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Just totally making it up as he went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also made R2-D2 noises every time R2-D2 was like any human type of sound. His voice.
Wow.
All the extra robot voices in the movie are rejected R2-D2 noises. They just instead of throwing them away, they just made like worse robots.
So did he work at Lucas Sound as well for a long time after this, or did he just go on his own way?
He worked for the first 3 movies on these movies. I think he might have worked on the rest of them too, but there was a break between those.
Wow.
TC, I would totally recommend watching the commentary tracks. He talks for like half the time, and it's
amazing.
Fascinating.
There's not many people that can do that.
So yeah, he worked on Indiana Jones, E.T., WALL-E, the new Star Trek series. He's won 4 Academy Awards.
Damn.
He did the heavy breathing of Darth Vader. He literally did every single sound effect in this movie.
Sound effect in that movie. I mean, that's imagine that for your first piece. Like, holy fuck, dude. You're also a strange person because he just sits by himself and makes noise all day.
Oh, you like Star Wars? Yeah, I did
What'd you
that.
do?
What do
I
you mean?
spent the year in my room
sounds.
and I cut a cable and I waved it in front of a TV and I recorded some weird fucking thing in the middle of the woods. Whoa, were you alone? Yeah, we went there by myself. Okay, man, you have a good day. I'm gonna go find a new friend.
I mean, I assume he won an Academy Award for this movie.
It's really cool,
right?
though. I
I
mean,
feel like he must have.
wish I had that creativity.
Yeah, this
So
guy.
there's an interview with him on Mashable where they said that it was sort of like a in between here. So back to the Kurt's question about, they didn't have that, they were wanting to call it, right. So even Kurtz was saying that they were wanting to call it like episode 3 or 4, just as an homage to sort of, but not because they had episodes before,
the Saturday serial,
but because it's a serial.
Yeah.
And he said, and then Kurtz was just like saying, yeah, that was pretty stupid though, because if you go to a movie and you're like, this is episode 3, what the fuck? What did I miss here? Right?
Yeah. It's pretty stupid. Yeah, but that's the difference of opinion there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a good idea.
It's for those serials, but yeah.
It gets you to like look into it more. It makes you
go,
remember
where are
it
the
as
other
a
If
movie.
you're a
episodes?
science
Yeah.
fiction nut, you sort of like that because it makes you feel like what you've got here is something that has a lot of depth to
Like
it
that
or
was
something.
really good. I need to find the other two. I'm gonna look this up.
Right.
There aren't any. That's weird. And
Yeah,
then you
it's
go, I'm
weird.
ready for this. This is cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I know something other people don't. And then there's me over there going, yeah, you fucking keep that knowledge. I'm good, dude. I'm not fucking watching that movie. I'm not eating sushi. I'm not watching
But
the movie.
TC, it's good.
Fuck
I don't
you.
care if it's good. I don't want to be a part of the
It's good.
conversation.
I don't want to be a part of you.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me
I don't
alone.
want to talk to any of yous. Any of yous could go. All yous could go screw. I want to hang out with Larry and Timmy in the water. And
I'm going to
float.
get a turtle tattoo, guys. Fuck off,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah, right. I got this road rash. It's turned into a tattoo.
Oh god, it looks
Oh,
sticky.
it's so bad.
Is it
hurts.
painful?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
I
look
keep rubbing.
not painful.
I got a same thing on my knee, on my right knee and leg, and then I got like my toe too. And it's just like
Did you
I
hit a
keep-
crack in the road? What happened?
Yeah, I was going like 25 miles an hour on the skateboard and
Like a pebble. It just
full
fucking
speed on
flew
the
off.
skateboard there, and then one crack just let the board go off the ground a tiny bit, and then when it landed crooked, and then went that direction, and my feet
no.
just slipped off. Yeah, I rolled, I skid. Yeah,
I
jumped
remember,
right
dude.
up.
That's why I don't skateboard anymore. I fucking hurt
Oh,
myself
it hurts.
so frequently.
Yeah, and I've been riding it again. I rode it the next day. I got right back on the board.
Dude, I have
and I was-
permanent bumps in my shins from skateboarding.
Yeah,
from
and
when
I was
a
going
teenager.
fast again, and I was like, I'm gonna just start going slower. I don't need to go this fast, you
Yeah.
know. But then last night, I got a little fucking notification that there's a new board out. It's all aluminum, and it has shocks on the trucks. So like when you stand on the trucks, they actually flatten out, and they actually are able to go over.
Ooh.
They use like tires from the Mars state like rover
What?
technology. Yeah,
How much does
So
that
they use-
cost?
$2,000. It goes 34 miles an hour, and it is like all.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so I'm buying it. I when I vest next month on.
Do you wear helmets and pads?
I'm gonna
and
wear.
stuff, man?
I don't right now, but I'm gonna be on that
This
one.
is the end of TC, everyone. You're
But
hearing it.
I know,
He's gonna
right?
fucking die
so
now.
that the reason why that's good though is it was made by people in Manhattan for New York City. So it's supposed to go over bumps and cracks. So you're not. So like when the
Well, New York City isn't hilly like LA
No,
is.
but
right?
no, but it's the cracks that fuck you up. The hilly's not a problem. In LA where I live is flat. But this one that they're selling is literally the board doesn't move or vibrate when it goes over cracks. So like you stay still, which is why the reason why these are unsafe is because when you go over a crack, the whole board moves. But this one it will accommodate that and then not bounce, so you don't lose your balance. So the board moves instead of the wheels move instead of the board. It's fucking. I'm buying it for sure. 34
Not only
miles
the
an
board
hour.
moves.
Yeah.
The last time I ever rode a skateboard was in college, and it was because the board stopped because of the crack. It wasn't because it
Oh, no,
bounced
dude,
and
when you're
landed in a
going
weird way. It was 'cause
25
it
miles an hour,
stopped.
You're going.
Ugh.
It went right over the crack. The crack just made it.
Yeah, I
get in
wasn't
the
going
air
25
and all
miles
that.
an
Yeah,
hour.
Right. Yeah. No shit. I shouldn't have been in my flip flops, mind you.
25 miles an hour is like my top speed on my bike. And
Yeah.
you know.
So the board goes 28. I was going right below that. So and I was cruising, chilling. Boom.
Oh my God! Look at that thing! Holy shit!
thing is a
It's like-
car. It's
that
a
looks
foot car.
military.
Yeah.
Isn't it awesome?
Oh, it's
Wow.
called Backfire.
Yep. Backfire. Yep. It's Backfire
Hilarious.
GT3.
Can't
how
sue
fast
him.
does that
It's called
thing go?
Backfire.
Yeah.
I thought I
This
was going to
thing-
go home, but my
this goes
plans
28.
backfired.
Jesus, man! And it goes. And how long do you get like on a charge? Like how
So
much?
there's two modes. There's three modes. There's
Yeah.
the eco mode. There's the eco mode, which is 11 miles an hour at governed. Right. So that's actually a nice chill mode for like the beach.
Chill.
You just
That's
kinda-
like that's still pretty damn fast.
No, honestly,
11 miles an hour is pretty
11 I could fall off and run it out.
Scooters
no
go
problem.
16 miles an hour, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could. No,
that's
John,
fast, too.
John, I'm telling you, you'd get on it and you'd go, oh, this is not that bad. It's not as
Yeah.
bad as you think. It's like I could probably go 11 miles an hour if I pushed my skateboard.
Okay.
So
You could
so
run 11 miles an hour.
I can-
if you were
I can-
fast.
Yeah,
I
but not
could-
for very long.
Yeah,
Right.
I could fucking
all
I
that
could
matters.
definitely push faster than 11 miles an hour on my skateboard.
Yeah.
So
but
then
not
there's
for
then
very
there's
long.
then there's sport mode, There's sport mode that goes to 23. That is very fast. Then
That's
there's
crazy.
turbo mode that
Turbo.
goes up to 28.
Yeah. I like sport mode. Is that the mode you've ruined?
Sport mode is where
What mode were you
sport
in,
mode.
TC, when you
I was
wiped
in
out?
turbo. I was in
Turbo. That's right,
I was
dude.
in turbo.
Live life on the edge.
I
Fuck
go
it.
full throttle all the time, baby. You know?
Oh, my God. So how do you control speed on there?
Oh, just you wait,
Like-
John.
You have a little
He's got a little
clicker or
controller.
something? Yeah, you got a little controller?
Yeah, so the little controller is like this thing right here.
Oh, man.
Look at
Wow.
that.
And
Look
so
at that thing.
the wheel here is like forward is accelerate and then backwards is brake.
Wow.
So you got it's
Dude, I
fucking
kind of want to
awesome.
get one of those things.
So it's awesome. When I
Don't,
so I was,
guys, I don't want you to kill yourselves.
well, no. So honestly, I like I told Denny. So after I fell, I've been really kind of using it more in economy mode,
Yeah.
going 11 because I've been going to the beach with my roommate, and when he bikes nominally, he's going about 11 miles an hour. So I
Nominally.
just kind of sit next to him. We're riding to the beach. So I've been actually using that, and it's been much more like longevity. So to answer the question of the distance, I can go from my house, which is 4 miles from the beach, down to the Santa Monica beach, up to Will Rogers Beach, which is like another 2 or 3 miles,
Right, 6.
then all the way down to Venice, which is another 5 miles from where we were.
We're at 11.
So it's about 11, and then all the way back up to my house without losing
Wow.
battery.
Wow.
So
So you're mostly
Yeah.
on the sidewalks while you're doing this? Or is
well,
it
don't
major
forget that in
roads?
Santa Monica, there's bike paths on all the
Oh,
roads.
okay.
Don't forget.
So, yeah,
Because
yeah,
you've
I
been to
have
Santa
forgotten.
Monica before.
I had completely forgotten
Well,
that.
no, like their whole thing is like they have bike paths on almost every road, but
Right,
there is
okay.
also a bike path that runs next to the train. So when I go to Santa Monica, I'm on basically a bike path that is not on the street the whole time.
Nice. That's
and
nice.
then when you're on the beach, you're on the beach bike
Right,
path. So
right.
it's like
So-
as long as you stick to those things. I didn't fall on those things. I fell on a major road because I'm an idiot and I was just having fun during lunch. You know, like, and I was like,
Shit.
oh, I'm gonna ride around the block, fuck it. But it's much better off if you just stick to the bike paths and just enjoy the 11 miles an hour and just kind of cruise, watch sunset,
Yeah.
So I had to get it all out of my system. You had to fall. I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, I'm gonna fall on this at least once. It has to happen
It's inevitable.
because it's inevitable. And then I'm just glad that my fall was enough to be like, okay, I don't need to go that fast, and I didn't break anything.
Oh, God, yeah.
I have a friend who does the same kind of thing, but he has a motorcycle, and he was doing a wheelie outside of a restaurant
Ooh, no
after
thanks.
lunch as a joyride, and he crashed it, and it fell on his foot, and he shattered his foot.
His foot. Yeah, see the Mike. I was thinking about getting a
His
motorcycle.
foot is still
Never
fucked
again.
Up. His
Oh,
foot is
never
still
will.
fucked up. When it was broken, it looked like a fake foot. It was like
Yeah.
fat, and it looked like it looked like a prosthetic. It was disgusting.
Yeah, see, I'm not. I
Yeah.
thought I might want to get a motorcycle, but after that fall, I don't ever want to hit the
Oh,
pavement
no.
that fast and going
Motorcycles
fast
are
again. Yeah.
terrifying death machines.
So yeah, no, I
Terrifying
gotta
death
get.
machines, just like the Death Star, right, John? Is that how we?
Yeah,
That's
transition
right.
back
Yeah,
into
we'll
this?
segue right
Just
back
like
in.
that.
Let's get to trivia
Planet
here.
destroyers is what they are.
I'm
Speaking
drinking
of the Death
IBC
Star.
root beer. How shitty is that?
Oh,
I mean, it's
good for you.
good.
Don,
but like,
you want
it's
to see
not
this? I
regular
showed
beer.
TC this. I don't know how this is going to be. Sonoma County, which is burning currently. Yay.
I know.
Nice.
Yay, the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, cider.
Cider,
Nice.
it's
Hamaka?
Jamaica?
it's fucking Hanukkah.
Jamaica.
It's champagne yeast and hibiscus flowers. Ooh.
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 Is that
Sounds
good?
very
That sounds
California.
elegant.
Sounds
Yeah.
a very California.
Yeah, you
Well,
should be
that's pretty
drinking
good.
that at a little
pretty good.
foo-foo glass
Yeah.
rather than a tall boy.
I should get a fufu, shouldn't I?
And an avocado
Yeah.
I
toast.
should have gotten a
Yeah.
fufu.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do some
Nothing
trivia.
wrong with a fufu glass and avocado toast, everyone listening. God
No,
damn it. There's
no,
nothing wrong
fine.
with it. It's fucking
Nothing
good.
wrong.
That's why people like it. It's good.
Mhm.
Everything that people like is good. Everyone should just accept
And that
it.
is fine. And you can still make fun of it.
That is
too.
the
That's
lesson of
also
Star
fine.
Wars, right?
Oh,
Everything
right.
that is
Yeah.
liked
The
is
lesson
good.
of Susie.
Yeah.
Lesson of
If
Susie,
people
too.
like it in mass,
I got to hit
you
her
should
up now
try
and
it.
just give her a good chuckle.
You might like it.
Or she might still hate me. I don't know. It could be probably.
Yeah,
still
like
hates me.
or like religion,
Exactly. It's exactly
Right,
the
or
same
like-
thing.
People love it.
Or like Trump. Trump,
Try it.
Exactly.
A lot of
All these
people like
points are
Trump.
good.
It's all
You know
good
what?
stuff.
You should try
I lose
Trump.
my own
These
shit on this one.
people-
That was a bad
people
point.
Really like millions and millions of people really like the guy.
Yeah. Can't be
Hey,
wrong,
he's
right?
He's doing his
He
best.
can't
He's
be
doing his
so
best.
bad.
On my logic,
He's doing
you're
his
correct.
best.
Can't be
Yes.
bad. Good.
He's doing
Good.
his best.
I'm glad that came there.
it's the hottest presidency anyone has ever faced. Yeah, right.
It's true because he's making it hard for himself.
Timmy is going to be his new press secretary.
How you doing, boy? Everybody's vote for Trump, huh? You guys get out there.
You never make it, Timmy. You're not a hot blonde. You're not
fuck
hot.
you,
You're not
Sleepy
blonde.
Joe.
That's
Fuck
true.
you, Sleepy Joe. Fucking Pocahontas, Sleepy Joe. Fucking assholes over
Maybe
here.
he'll be
Come
like
on,
Secretary of Defense or
Yeah,
something.
right. Yeah, Jesus fucking
Oh,
Christ.
he could run the post office. That'd be perfect.
Ooh.
Hey, we'll give him couple $2 billion.
So back to the Death Star stuff. Death Star.
That's
What about it?
One of the things about the thing that he actually wrote an entire script for 3 movies was that the Death Star was at the very end, and he pushed it back into the first movie because he needed something. There was no enemy in the first half or in the first third because it was just character introductions. And for a movie, you need conflict. So they moved, the peak of those 3 episodes. Sorry, this is kind of spoilers for TC, but there's another. Oh, God, can I even do this? I don't know.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do
Well, so they pushed the Death Star to the first episode. That's basically it. We can talk more about it later, but
Yeah. We'll have plenty of time.
yeah. So all of the sounds are, none of them are straight digital. Any digital sound recorded in this movie was re-recorded in a room. Every single one. So there's no straight digital sounds.
I like that technique.
Yeah.
I love that technique.
And so what he did was the
Worldize
same guy, Ben Burt, went around, made digital sounds, and saw the movie while they were making it, or at least got the sense of the room, and found different places
That
and
matched.
recorded the room. Yeah, he found a room the same size and recorded the digital sound with a microphone in the room.
It so works.
You go to public bathrooms,
Wow.
bars, random public places for free.
I mean, I used to do that when we were working on my record there, which never finished. I used to record, I used to take the sounds from the MIDI that was in the Logic, and then I'd blast it through my guitar amp and record it down the hall.
Yeah.
I mean, it totally makes it sound way more realistic just
You
by
need the
getting
room
the
sounds.
air. You need
100%.
the air, and you need the bouncing.
Otherwise, it
reflections,
feels like everything, like the movie, you're watching it through a screen as opposed to it being right at the top of the screen.
And I'm sure you've dealt with this with reverb. I am not good at figuring out how to manipulate a digital reverb to make it sound like it's a room. I'm just not good.
I'd rather a little bit. I just do a little.
No, of course,
tiny
but
bit.
I'd rather just record it and have it, and then
Yeah, it's way
mix
easier.
in a level instead of mixing in the fucking slap back and all
I
this
think
other shit.
still,
So I love that.
You still need
technique.
an actual acoustic reverb box to make it sound good. If you're going to add an
Yes.
effect to it, the digital
Yep.
stuff doesn't sound that good.
No, it doesn't. So I love that technique he had. I think that it totally makes it more realistic.
And he
on a digital
recorded it on a
sound.
microphone for this
Yeah,
year
right.
before the movie started filming. He went around and just he was like, all right, George, this scene with a robot in this room, what's the space look like? What does it look like? And then George would talk him through it, and he'd get an idea of the space, and he'd go and find that space before the movie was even made, and he'd find the
Wow.
space and record it in that room and have the sound.
And honestly,
Oh.
even if it was just a little off, it wouldn't matter. Close enough, I'm sure. Even if the room
the
was a
room
little
was
bit bigger, a
slightly
little bit
bigger.
smaller,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
right.
Sound
Doesn't
sounds
matter.
great.
It fits perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a smart way to go about it, I think. It's a very difficult way because you have to do a lot of extra work in order to catalog, archive,
Yeah.
be organized, to make sure that you've, labeled everything right. Otherwise, you'd lose that recording forever.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that sound? I don't fucking know. Where was it?
Guy
Bathroom?
was,
Oh.
man, listening to him
So
talk,
that's
he was,
cool.
he's
That's
my
really cool.
fucking idol at this point.
For sound? Wow.
For anything. The way he works
Damn.
was just, his ideas were so simple, but perfect all the time.
That's awesome.
Every single time. So also for this
Cool.
movie, Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, you've probably heard that name before.
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas
Yep.
created it in 1975 for this movie because the effects industry wasn't an industry before this movie came out. Before this movie came out, the highest grossing science fiction movies ever were Planet of the Apes, which came out in the mid 70s, and they made $10 million, and 2001 Space Odyssey, which was a high budget movie, and it almost lost money until the cult following afterwards. They made
Right.
a small amount of money. That's
Wow.
it. So they didn't expect to make a lot of money on this movie. But George, for some reason, what he did, or what they used to do, was they would just people that worked in that industry would just have a job for a year, and then they wouldn't have a job for 2 years.
Damn.
So what he did is he gathered all these people up. He got to hand pick the best people in the industry because there was no
work.
industry.
Yeah.
He got the best people.
So it's who was in the industry, you can come
and
on
he
board.
knew them.
Yeah.
He would watch movies and be like, all right, this movie has good cinematography. Let's get that guy. This movie has good costumes. Let's get that guy.
Let's get that.
This
Oh,
movie
that's
has
cool.
yeah. So he just went and handpicked and made a company. And ILM is huge now.
Yeah, it is.
He created that. That's him, George Lucas. Big plus to him.
He's got his ranch, right? Where they do a lot of that
Do you
stuff.
see that Skywalker Ranch?
Skywalker Ranch? Pretty cool.
I can drive there right now. He's really close to where I live.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It's in Oakland.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you get there?
It's in Marin County, which is
What
pretty
are you going to do when you get there? Hang out front, record the sound.
They have a museum there. You can go
Do they?
see the fucking lightsabers and shit.
Social distancing after COVID.
Yeah, it might be
I'm
close.
Sure. Yeah. That's I didn't realize that was up by you. I had no idea where it was. Couldn't
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
Also, Billy Joe Armstrong lives very close to where I live.
Oh, thank God for that, huh?
Yeah.
What would you do without that?
He released a cover of That Thing You Do Today, guys.
Hey,
Billy Joe.
Some new
Participating in the
residuals coming
music
his
industry.
way. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
fucking
Sam
right.
wants to say hello. You haven't gotten to see Sam, huh?
Oh, we haven't. We've heard her.
Here, look.
Whoa, what's up, Sam?
Oh, hi, Sam.
How's it going? Good. What are you watching
That's
today? What are
TC,
you
that's
What are
Danny.
you watching? Got any TV movies today?
Do you want to tell them what you think of Star Wars?
Dada, what am I watching?
You're watching TC and Denny. These are the guys I do my
I'm
podcast
not
with.
watching anything.
You're watching, see, that's Denny, that's TC.
No, I'm not watching anything on TV.
Oh, no,
you're not?
You're on a video call with
Oh.
TC and Denny. This is like doing FaceTime with Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when are we gonna do FaceTime with that?
Oh, we'll do FaceTime with your friend Zach tomorrow. I need to call them. Do you want to
Yeah.
tell TC and Denny what you think of Star Wars?
Oh, I think I don't remember what it's like.
What do you know about
Or
Star
what-
Wars?
Did you see it?
Nope, I haven't.
We haven't seen it yet.
Only one time.
Oh, one time.
When did you see Star Wars? You didn't see it with me.
Yeah, with Grandma and Grandpa.
Grandma and Grandpa let you watch Star Wars? When did this happen?
I already told you that.
That's funny because they did.
When
That's
did
some
this
funny
happen?
stuff
Did
right
you-
there. That's some funny
when
stuff.
Alex
I
came
love
over?
I
that.
think when they put me to bed.
That's a perfect. Was it scary?
Nope,
What,
it
did,
was not a scary part.
what was your favorite part?
Oh,
What
she
do you
watched a
remember?
part.
I'm embarrassed saying this.
No, it's okay.
Daddy, can I tell you that?
Yeah, you can tell me what.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
He said, I can't believe we're going to see my family.
No.
I'm not sure. Some guy said he was going to go see his family. She doesn't know his name.
Ah,
That's
okay,
what you
okay,
remember.
okay.
You-
For everyone
I was
who's
gonna
listening,
save his
he's
family.
save his
Okay.
family.
Do you remember Darth Vader?
Oh.
I haven't seen him in the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if she's talking about Star Wars. Well, let's hear from Alex.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Alex.
Should we get Alex to come say hi too? Okay.
Yay.
Bye, that guy.
Bye, Samantha.
Bye-bye. Hasn't Alex already said hi?
No, we tried earlier and he ran away.
He
Hey.
ran away.
That was cute. That was cute. That's
Thanks,
funny.
guys.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. She looks exactly like you and Nikki, just like
Yeah,
put
oh,
us
yeah.
together,
Oh
like
yeah.
half and half.
It's,
Oh.
it's- well, that's
Wait till
how
you
it
see-
works, Denny.
let me go get.
It's
maybe I'll
not
go get
usually
the
half
other-
and half like that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Right. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just see what you think Alex looks like. You haven't seen. I mean, you
I
never
haven't-
No, we
No.
haven't seen your
you-
kids.
I've only
No,
seen
we just
Alex
heard
as a
them.
baby.
Yeah.
Here, Alex is screaming up there because he wants to come down now. So
All right,
maybe
go
I'll just
ahead. Yeah,
power
go
at
ahead.
it.
Go ahead. But anyways, we digress.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Talking about Star Wars
Back to the trivia. Yeah.
trivia. So Carrie Fisher was helping. So she lived in LA at the time. She's 19 years old in this movie. When she was 18,
What?
she was helping her
She
roommate.
looks like she could be pushing 35.
I know, right? Harrison Ford
Holy
was
shit.
so. TC, I don't know if you know about this, but when they were filming this movie, Harrison Ford was 33. She was
Mhm.
19. She died recently during the filming of the second of the new movies, right? I think
I don't remember. Yeah. Oh,
it was
yeah.
like
Right.
3 or 4 years ago. She did a lot of drugs when this movie came out. She also slept with Harrison Ford. She released a
Good-
book towards the end of her
good for
life
them.
where she talked about her affair with Harrison Ford. And Harrison
During
Ford
the
at
movie.
this time was married and had 2 kids. And
Ooh.
Oh, he's in L.A. You
yeah,
don't think
he's
they're all doing
he's
that?
Harrison Ford. And he wasn't
Yeah.
popular when he was 33.
He's like a rock star.
This is his second movie he's done that was like a notable role. He was in American Graffiti in a small role, and he was in
Uh-huh.
this.
So they
Wow.
fucked
And
during
this-
this.
Yeah, during this.
Interesting. But there, there's no director. What else is there to do?
Yeah. I mean, she's fucking 18 years old. He's 33, married with kids.
I mean, that sounds like a normal fucking situation
right?
for most.
But, I mean,
yeah, right.
I like to think that I like Harrison Ford. You know what I mean? Like,
I
made a
don't
bunch of good
think anything
movies.
less of him for this. I think this is a very normal thing for most.
I do.
Most men that don't give a fuck.
I do. I don't know. I feel less of him.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's an interesting thing.
Carrie
Anyway.
Fisher. I'm gonna pause this.